why are both parties on a plan to deliver tax money to support bank gambling as opposed to plans like the amendment that you have with Senator Levin or Kaufman-Brown, which I know you're also a co-signer to, that would actually have the audacity to restore lending and investing and take away this coward capitalism, if you want to call it that, that currently exists in our political sphere?
You know, the key thing is we have to create this firewall between the lending function and the hedge fund function. It doesn't make sense to have high-risk investing inside of our lending banks. It's basically like storing fireworks in your living room. It's if you're going to engage in fireworks, put them outside so you don't burn down your house. And no more time, there's no time that we more need our lending banks than when our economy's in trouble and the hedge funds are in trouble. So creating that wall is important. Also creating a standard of capital that increases as firms become larger because they pose more systemic risk. But the third part of our bill, the Volcker bill that Carl Levin and I have put together, the key piece is conflict of interest. And the Goldman Sachs story really demonstrates this. I mean, this provision would say that if you are putting together securities and selling them, you cannot be doing things behind the scenes to devalue those securities or to be betting against them. And that's the integrity of our system. If you're going to allocate capital, aggregate and allocate capital, you want to have integrity in the system.
Your amendment, as just described, the end of bank gambling, the end of conflict of interest, the cops working for the crooks, the ratings agencies working for the banks, the custodians working against their pension managers, all the conflict of interest that's obvious just from what's going on with Goldman Sachs, forget everything else, is not currently in the Dodd proposal or in the Blanche Lincoln language. Do you think that a floor debate will yield it?
Well, I certainly think it gives a chance for Carl Levin and I and the other co-sponsors, we have more than 10 now, to make their case that we need to change the system as dramatically, as significantly as we did after the Great Depression. A big piece of that was restored integrity, both to individual citizens who would know that their deposits would be insured, but they also said lending institutions will be lending institutions. And those are the institutions that power up our small businesses and families. It's critical to our economic recovery, and people won't put their money into the investment world if they feel like they're not getting a fair deal, a transparent deal.
This is incredibly rational thought and not common in what we've seen in the nature of the policy debate. Again, I look at this as a smart, stupid debate, not a left-right debate, and I feel like we're always being asked to compromise with stupid. Where is the biggest resistance to what you are advocating, and how can people help you break down that resistance?
You know, I'm getting a lot of interest on both sides of the aisle. I think there is a sense among some core group that they still believe in the vision of deregulation as the answer for American business. What they don't realize is if you don't have a financial system with rules of the lane, with the right stoplights, if you will, the right traffic signals, then capital doesn't flow smoothly and it undermines our business world. I mean, this is a pro-business reform. This creates a foundation for business to thrive.